So these kinds of things often indicate a dream, so I guess I'm sleeping. Now, it's time for our next phase of the day. Armchair theorizing. When people try to make sense of our weird and wonderful world or attempt to make it a little more comforting for themselves, they come up with a number of theories. But these far-fetched concepts only exist within their imagination. Schrodinger's cat. What's the point in the idea of dual states? Whether the cat's alive or dead, it's all the same. The Akashic Records. If such an insane collection of data really existed, I'd sure like to have a look at it. Tachyon particles? Genius scientists have looked for them all over the world, and have never found a thing. The prisoner's dilemma. People are foolish. It's practically impossible for us to perfectly comprehend each other's ways of thinking and work together. In a world dominated by chaos, reason does nothing more than offer peace of mind. No matter how prepared you are for your theories to be challenged, reality never turns out the way you expected. In fact, it tends to throw up the worst outcomes of all. After that day, morning never again arose on the island. With the church lacking any chain of command, they stopped distributing rations without notice, and the famished citizens began one riot after another. Many of the island's public facilities were set on fire and occupied by the rioters. Interestingly enough, there are rumors that it was the girls from the Red Light District pulling the rioters' strings. It's said that they used their connections to turn the tables on the church, though that may just be gossip. Speaking of gossip, the word on the street is that the one who dealt Sara the finishing blow was a girl named Dine. Someone probably saw Dine fishing around Sara's corpse, looking for the card key to the lift that day. Some of them even appear to be hailing Dine as the figurehead of the new regime, but that's utterly preposterous. There are a few of Sara's supporters left at the church. They're still searching for me, the person who led her astray. And for my sister, Dine. Well, sister. They'll be after my life if I return to the island, that's for sure. How did it come to this? I realize now that one rumor started it all. I heard credible whispers that, on the day of the incident, Cardinal Garland was about to give the green light to issuing new collars. Archbishop Hansen opposed him. He had been in favor of collars for population control, as well as the rationing system. Hansen, subject of rumors, murdered Cardinal Garland and pinned the crime on Sara. It's still unclear to this day whether the Archbishop truly believed he was acting in the island's interests, or whether he was simply motivated by thirst for power. Given how things turned out, though, it looks like he was right. The fact is, after the rationing system collapsed, it was a matter of days before the island fell into a state of anarchy. This is not good, is it? Also, give me a sec. The question is how the rumors got started. There's no smoke without fire, after all. A certain thought kept crossing people's lips the day before the incident. Was her motion sickness from the lift actually morning sickness? Yep, it was me. I started the rumors. A throwaway moment, but like the simple flap of a butterfly's wings, it eventually grew into a hurricane powerful enough to shake the earth. It wasn't planned by anyone. It wasn't something that anyone wanted either. It's complete chaos. Chaos cannot be contained by reason. What's needed to overcome chaos is... Can you keep it down for a moment, Nina? A soldering iron in one hand, Nina turns her head and puffs out her cheeks. Really? This is better? I raise the corners of my mouth. What am I supposed to do? If you mean the oil for the generator, we used it all up the other day. I've asked Karen for help in the meantime. I don't know if we'll find anything though. I've lost track of how many days we spent cooped up in this workshop. We can just melt the ice outside for water. The problem is our daily food plus the oil for the generator. We've still got you've got many seemingly oil lamps running, so I'm like... Even with our efforts to save resources, our reserves just keep on dwindling. Especially when it comes to food. Every day it's like walking a thin tightrope. I'll speak of the devil. Spilling out of her satchel are a rusted tin, a handful of rice, and some moldy slices of dried sweet potato. Sorry to put you through all this, Karin. You're a great help. Shane. Hold on, we might be able to manage if we turn off the electricity tonight. Don't worry about it, you should get some rest. You're looking quite pale. Karen's been responsible for procuring food and other supplies in our place, since neither Dina nor I can return to the island. But with society degenerating into civil war, stealing food is no easy task. You can tell it's sapping Karen's energy day after day. But you're running up quite a sweat despite the cold weather. I take a nervous gulp after putting my hand to her brow. You're really burning up. You've been pushing yourself too hard. You should call it a day. Sure, I'll think of something with the oil. I forcibly sent Karen to bed, then sling the rucksack over my shoulder. Then Dina adjusts her outfit, turning towards me. You stay here. It's dangerous on the inside. Dina shoots a glance at the half-assembled pile of junk. The soldering iron, the laptop, the battery charger for startup tests. Truth is, over half of our electricity is being consumed by Dina. It's impossible for me to talk to Dina out of it at this point. Not to mention, we've only been able to survive for this long because she already had this place set up. A large part of what's keeping me sane is having her by my side. Even now she believes that she can save the world. I'm hoping for something similar, even if I'm not fully aware of it. I'm hoping that she'll save this frozen world. Hoping that she'll thaw my icy heart, long since frozen over. Just let it go, man. With what? Not particularly. This is how our conversations have gone over the past few days. Dina's responses are totally predictable now. If you work too hard, you're going to collapse like Karin. It's only going to be a nuisance if you collapse on us. I throw every excuse in the book at Dina, but there's no way any of this is going to stick. See? Nothing really, it wasn't anything important. You just told me to keep you safe. I'm not lying this time. Karin Karin knows all too well what situation the island is in, and she may also be aware of what'll happen if I lose her. Hands over my jacket, I clutch at what's in my pocket. Night of nights. It's not that big of a deal, really. Dina spreads out her arm and gives me a twirl. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. In this little world, I can't read anymore. This little world has already lost its princess. I scarcely feel the presence of the people around me. We've kept the door firmly shut to keep ourselves from getting embroiled in the mess beyond. I wonder what on earth's going to happen to this world. I wonder at how one... I wonder at... Sorry, my brain can't read the sentence. I wonder at how... I wonder at how one stubborn, selfish little princess might change the world I've destroyed. Going by what Karin told me, the power plant was one of the first places to be attacked and turned into a revolutionary stronghold. Before I do that, Nina... Came at the right moment. I don't know what the good moment was. Don't you want to drop by our house just one time? Oof, but Nervin will be worried about you. He definitely will. What did Nervin really say to you? Don't plan on ever coming home again. It's a cliched line, all those... and one... Hello, read please. It's a cliched line. And one those two always reach for when they're in a fight. He must have said something to you, otherwise you wouldn't have run away from home. Then what do you call this? I don't think so. Oh yeah, it's pretty different. Okay, there are some similarities. Nothing, it's no big deal. Sorry? I see. Nervin was drunk that day. He must have let his tongue slip. Given the circumstances of Dina's birth... Oh yeah, that happened. Did both of you miss that? Or did Spear get... I don't know. Those words were just waiting to come out. Although... What a nasty little old man. You were right to walk out on him. What use would it be to reason with her now? She's followed me, and now she's on the island's most wanted list. Even if she were to go back home, she wouldn't get her normal life back. In which case, it's better to leave it be. You missed the birth of Nina. You probably would know if you'd seen it. Look, I found some oil. This should last us for a while. I could see some jerry cans in this picture. There's like one down here. Whoops, what was that? Did I accidentally save? Let's get going. Things will be messy if we are caught by the guards. What's up? You're not feeling sick? No reason, I just knew someone who'd get motion sickness whenever they go into the lift. How'd you know? Oh, Nina holds up Seta's card in front of me. It's made of metal and pretty warped from the flames. Oof. Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm feeling a little ill myself. Really, it's just motion sickness. It was. Are you still up? What was that sound effect I heard? If you're staying up, at least get a blanket or... Hey, what are you... I thought she'd be poring over her blueprints like always. Instead, I find her shredding them to ribbons with a pair of scissors. Stop that, those are priceless. Huh? Cranes. Jeez, you really scared me there. What's so funny? That's true. Not particularly. Nina giggles mischievously and points to the small crane she's perched on the desk. Telling you now, I'm not good with my hands.
いいんだよ。こういうのは気持ちの問題だもん。
Hope she gets well soon.
うん。そうだね。
But contrary to our dearest wishes, Karin's conditions doesn't improve one bit. Karin's condition doesn't improve one bit. Naturally, Dina and I have been going to the island more frequently of late. I suppose we ended up letting our guard down. We got caught coming out of the tunnel by a sentry. Luckily, the door leading to the workshop hasn't been discovered yet. So What? I hope that's, A metal object tumbles out of my shaking hand. All around us, the air fills with the stench of smoke. We've messed up. I was shooting to kill, but the bullet didn't even graze him. How did I get a gun? What the fuck?
行こう。人集まってきちゃう。
We've got to chase after him.
いいの。行こう。
How's that fine? We have to get him before he blabs.
修正だ。こっちだ、急げ。
The moment we disappear into the shadows, there's a sudden flurry of footsteps. It's a mob.
見つけたぞ、教会の犬め。魔女の鉄意を食らえ。
It's okay. We're okay, Dina. We wait for the riot to die down before peeking out from the shadows.
刹那。
You wait here, I'll just check if the coast is clear.
刹那。
It's alright now, let's go back, Dina.
ありがとう。刹那。
I was so terrified back there, my heart was pounding like a drum. But curiously though, my mind is as calm as the sea at night. There's a measure of tranquility in knowing for a fact that we're past the point of no return. Dina,
何？
don't tell anyone about what happened today.
うん。二人だけの秘密。
There's more secrets that we have though. Our days of playing around in the snow together seem like forever ago. Just an innocent girl and a perfectly ignorant man, surrounded by the purest, most untouched world one could possibly imagine. The two of them had dreams, big, impossible dreams, enough to make anyone burst out with laughter. Both of them welcomed gently by the snow alone, but that's all in the past now.
見て見て、刹那。
Oh, that's a gear stick.
これ、アイランダーの操縦桿にいいか
The in the blueprint.
も。うん。
Into the air it goes, Nina tossing it away without second thought.
最近、全然見つからないね。ゴミばっかり。
Good loot. Man, we're playing Fortnite. Where are we dropping? Yeah. Or, I don't know, Spears Dungeon excavations. A quick glance around the area reveals unearthed pieces of scrap dotted around in the snow. An old garbage dump, huh? In that case, we might be doing nothing more than digging around in the trash. What a pointless activity, like, little more than desperately scraping together fragments of a glorious past we long to return to. It achieves absolutely nothing. It's an act of pure self-satisfaction.
ねえ、もう少しあっちに行ってみよっか。
No, we shouldn't venture out too far. Looks like it's going to snow tonight. The clear night sky is full of stars. But recently, I've become sensitive to changes in the weather. I can feel them in my skin. Also, what is going on? Twitch says my bitrate is too high. That's fun. I forgot I didn't change that for YouTube. I can't change the bitrate during streaming. I hope Twitch is gonna be okay with this. Oh well. Seems fine. This prickling sensation that the breeze is giving me, I'm sure it's an omen of an incoming storm. Every time a storm clears, something terrible happens. Any hope I've been holding out is swept away, and in its place comes unimaginable disappointment. No matter how much blood ends up on my hands, no matter how the ice chills my heart, there's nothing more terrifying to me than
大
loss.
丈夫。
Indeed, man. Loss is... I don't even want to see that meme anymore. I don't think anything is going to be fine.
絶対見つか
Don't
るか
think we'll
ら。
find anything. Hey, Dina. You lost me long ago. I don't even know what we're looking for anymore. Our search for food on the island is getting increasingly desperate. Our daily portions have been dwindling with each passing day, and so have our remaining bullets. We spend our lives in hiding, no exit in sight, and even that's about to come to an end.
ただいま。お待たせカレン。今夜はごちそうだよ。
Saying that, it's just curry, and there's no rice to go with it either, so it'll just be soup curry.
もしかしたら世界で最後のカレーかもしれないね。
The last curry on Earth. Wow. What a thought. It's a scary thought indeed.
第25話最後の晩餐。
Oh, wow. That's not funny. The back and forth banter between Nina and me rings hollow. Right around now, we'd usually hear an exasperated sigh coming from Karin's direction, but Karin... This music... Fuck you, game. You already killed off Sara. When we glance towards the bed, we find her breathing raggedly, beads of sweat on her brow. I hold the back of my hand against her cheek. She's seriously burning up. Fuck.
帰ってたのか。
It's okay, you don't have to get up, Nina. Can you wipe her down? She's dripping in sweat. And get me a water bottle, won't you? I'll go outside and get some snow for her. Put down my bags and dash off outside. There's a full-blown blizzard. Hell, it's been so much to deal with that I'd totally forgotten to consider how Karin was doing. I dismissed it as a simple cold. But under extreme stress, even the smallest ailment can be life-threatening. Life-threatening? Is Karin going to die? Nah, I'm being ridiculous. Nothing like that's going to happen. Whoa! No way am I going to lose any more than I already have. If this isn't foreshadowing. Wow. Karin, hurry and get me some of this. Returning to the workshop, I find Dina in the middle of wiping down Karin's back. Her small exposed back. Dina's hand on her skin. What's this about? Dina turns towards me, visibly terrified.
刹那これ
Oh no! Is it somehow the Soot Blight syndrome, whatever it was? What was it again? From the other thing? What is it called? Soot Blight syndrome. Her body, her chest, her stomach, both her arms and legs even. Yep. Ugh. They've all been stained black somehow.
私こんなの見たこと。
Kind of looks like birthmarks. What?
カレンはどうしちゃったの？
Kind of like burns.
ねえ、なんなのこれ？
There's no doubt in my mind. It's Soot Blight syndrome. The words spill from my mouth before I know it.
大門病？
Daimon. Yo, what does that even mean in Japanese, I wonder? I don't even know. It probably uses some kind of kanji that... It's a disease where your skin decays and hardens like coal in the sunlight? Sunlight. How did I not know this? It makes total sense. The people on the island have lived all their lives without ever experiencing true sunlight. The spread of Soot Blight syndrome could easily go unnoticed in a world closed off from the outside.
じゃあ
But Karin stepped outside those boundaries.
私のせいって。
Karin curls up on the bed as though trying to withstand the pain, then passes out.
しっかりしてカレン。
Don't touch her! The shoulder Nina's gripping. What? Hello? The fuck? Okay. Just as if it were a piece of withered bark. Hello? That is not a great thought. Piece of charcoal.
刹那なら助けてあげられるよね。だって刹那物知りだもん。病気のこと知ってるんだから治し方も知ってる
There
よね。
was none.
ねえ刹那どうして何も言ってくれないの？
I want a cure for her too, if only such a thing existed. But this
お願い
disease...
刹那このままじゃカレン
Let's take her to the hospital. Can't do anything for her. The hospital just might. I have a good reason for this. Is there still a hospital? After all, the island hospital is... The what? Get all the blankets we have and a flask of water to it might help it to stabilize her condition a tiny bit. Soot blight syndrome was almost weeded out once, a long time ago, but natural selection stopped working when people moved to this closed-off environment to the island. Escaping everyone's notice, the number of people afflicted surged once more. Has everybody forgotten that soot blight syndrome even exists? No, there should be someone other than us who has seen this syndrome before. 5 years ago, the exploration team set off from the island. The reason they came back wasn't because they couldn't find the Holy Land. The church didn't murder them to keep their mouths shut either. No, this makes sense. They came back to escape the clutches of soot blight syndrome. Oh, now that makes sense. Their flesh was consumed by the illness, and it eventually killed them. What the church was trying to hide was the existence of the soot blight syndrome. The church's stubborn insistence on banning passage to the outside world all this time also served to hide the terror of soot blight syndrome from all the people. In which case, the church's hospital, maybe? Just a little longer, cut in, just hang on a little longer. We rush off, a swaddled Karen in tow. The diseased exploration team must have gone to the hospital in seek of a cure, and even after they died, the hospital staff must have carried on looking for ways to treat the illness. You'll be healed if we go to the hospital. I know it. You'll be right as rain. I can only believe. All I can do now is believe it to be true. I give follow behind Enid and turn a corner, but aren't we like the most wanted people ever right now? At which point I find... Enid cries in grief. Laying there is a wreckage. What the hell? Oh, they burnt it down? My knees give out and I fall to the ground. The building that was supposed to be there has been burned to a cinder. And all that's left is a pile of stone and timber. There's not a single trace proving the hospital was even there. That's what I already thought was gonna happen. Are there any others? Even a clinic will do. Are there any hospitals still operating here? Karin, you're awake. Karin. Wow. Which is interesting because I think this was different from the anime. Don't do this. I swear this was different from what the anime was like, actually. I don't remember. Anyway, please don't do this. I mean... It was the world's bestest foreshadowing ever. No more, please. I don't want to lose anyone else. Is she gonna ask, what's next? Do me a favor. Is she gonna ask, just throw me down in the pit so I can die quickly? Karin sluggishly draws something out from her pocket. Oh, not down the pit. Because I think, didn't her sister also get thrown down the pit? It's the knife with Karin's name carved into the blade. Don't be ridiculous. The moment I clutch Karin's right hand, it crumbles to dust. It would make for probably a quick death. Fuck. Only the knife remains in my hand. The knife also appeared in the earlier island. The shining silver butterfly knife, devoid of any rust. I close my grip on the handle. It's a tight grip. I raise the knife. Are you really? The silver glint of the knife trails in an arc. Then disappears as the weapon falls into Rina's hands. Take care of this for now. Rina was dear to her. No, what? What? Everyone just keeps screwing with me. You idiots just decide to kneel over just like that. I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive all the damn people who decided to die on me. Jesus. Hello? And I'll follow you to hell itself just to tell you that. I'll drag you out of here with my own 2 hands, even if I have to beat your ass. So if you don't want that, then I hold Karin again and rise up. Don't die on me, Karin. Open up. Open up. We've got an emergency here. We arrive at the clinic, the modest hut adjacent to the school. Light is seeping out through a gap in the door, but no matter how many times we knock, there's no sign of anyone coming to open it. Damn it, I know you're inside. Why aren't you coming out? A child's about to die here. My hand freezes as a paper sign on the door enters my view. Scrawled upon it in big letters is the following message. No collarless. Fuck you. She might not have a collar, but she does have a name. One she got from her parents, passed down the generations. Cutting Kurtz.
あのね、せつな。私、自分の名前が大好きだったの。
いいね。
おとぎ話に出てくる女の子と同じ名前。私もいつかその人みたいに素敵な恋をするんだって信じてた。でもね、できなかった。私はリンネにはなれなかった。
Lina raises her hand to her collar.
だからもういいの。
She puts her hand around Karin's neck to attach her own collar to it.
この子の名前はリンネ。札なしなんかじゃないよ。だからお願い。リンネを助けてあげて。
I pound the door. Like a crazed man, I just keep pounding it. Just like we've done before. Just like I've done it before.
お願いだから。
Ooh, I don't remember. Ah, man. It sucks that I've had such a huge break between playing. I'm sure this is referencing one of the earlier things. When would that have happened? Like probably on the original island. I don't remember. It's unfortunate. We scream and sob, begging them to save Lina. I wonder how long we've been doing this for. Lina's voice has already given out when the door finally opens. Appearing from behind it is an emaciated... sorry. Uh-oh. Google isn't telling me anymore. Abnormally thin or weak, especially due to illness or lack of food.
Emaciated.
Emaciated? Elderly man who looks as if he's long retired from his profession.
何の用だ?
I'm begging you, please examine her. I draw closer with Karin still in my arms.
無理だな。帰ってくれ。
Wait, look here. She's not a colorless. She's.
そういう問題じゃない。
Yeah. I mean, yes, this place is done. His gaze falls to Karin's
も
face.
う死んでるよ。
What? Look down at the figure in my arms. No way. Pitch black blood, as opposed to the red blood that's currently on the screen, is spilling from her ears, eyes, nose, and mouth. Fuck off. Jesus, that's not true. Her Setsuna cannot accept this. Her expression on her face is full of anguish.
その少女、以前病院に
Yes.
勤めていた時に見たことがある。
This man knows
聖地を探し、魔女の怒りを買
the
った
wrath
奴
of
ら
the
と同じ
witch.
だ。
Of course they called it that. It's
悪
not.
いが、教会に通報させてもらう。死にたくなければ早くここを立ち去ることだ。
The door slammed shut with a cold echo, leaving nothing but silence. Tell me this is a lie, Nina. Like you always do.
行こう。せつな、行かなきゃ。
Well, Still with her, we return to the park with Karin in my arms, then...
動くな。
Flashlight shines from behind and I stop in my
応
tracks.
援を呼べ。刹那と輪廻を見つけたぞ。
Shit.
刹那、早くリフトに。
You go ahead and open the door.
刹那は
I'll hold them off. Judging by the footsteps, there are 3, no 5 of them chasing after us, maybe more. Too many to handle with just one gun. But there's nothing to do but try.
わかっ
Sharp blow cuts through the air. A guard who had emerged from the shadows of the lift strike the side of Dina's head with the butt of his gun. Dina! She slowly collapsed to the ground beyond arm's reach. Just like a marionette whose strings have been cut. Hey! What the hell are you doing, asshole?
動くなと言ったはずだ。
Voice calls out from behind. I don't even have the time to turn around. Conk. My head takes a blow and the world fades to black. I don't have a clue what went on back there. My arms and legs have gone numb, unable to do so much as twitch. The world before me is a wall of black, no, red. Blinking red like a pulse? That's all I know. The fact that my face is on the ground, given the echo of the footsteps in my ear.
武器を取り上げろ。男は殺すな。こいつは魔女のしもべだ。
班長、
These people
この
still...
子供は
カレン・クルツ。近頃この辺りを荒らしていた札なしのガキか。捨てておけ。今は二人の確保が最優先だ。おい、女がひどい出血を。うろたえるな。どの道遠からず処刑される運命だ。神の皆のもとに。
That was the last thing I heard. Well, that's a bro moment. This is not like the anime. Nope. So that was surprising to me. At least as far as I can remember. I may still be misremembering, but I swear this didn't occur in the anime. So when I finally come to, I find myself behind bars. Judging by the grab of the woman who brings me water from time to time, I imagine I'm somewhere affiliated with the church, but I have no way of obtaining any further information. Days have passed for all I know. Maybe something's happened on the outside? Something might have happened to Nina. I do wish they'd stop cuffing me though. The heavy chains bring back dark memories. The day Sada and I were tied to the stake. And the day I darted all over town with Karin in my arms. My struggles have been all for nothing. Not only that, every action I've taken has backfired. If only I hadn't tried to meddle with their affairs. If only I weren't there. But it's all too late now, given what's happened. The day has finally come.
以上の罪により、お前はアイランド追放の刑に処されることになった。
The location of the guards have brought me to is the one I've seen many times
何か
before.
最後に言いたいことは
Is it? No firing squad? No answer, huh? Whatever, there's not much difference between exile and death penalty. Simply get to live for a few hours longer. What does exile in particular mean? Maybe I don't know what exactly is being meant by this. Okay, well, whatever.
以上か。ではこれより
What
刑
is
を
my
執行
punishment? What is my punishment? This is some primitive trial. The judge and jury oh, kicked out of the island. Right. So I'm not actually being killed? This is a primitive trial. The judge and jury all church guards. Seems about fair. The establishment is a church in name only. Now it's nothing but a military
ゲ
organization.
ートを開け。
Oh, right. We're just being thrown out the front door. The front door. The moment the colossal door at the back of the nave opens even a crack, cold wind rushes in, bringing it with it a flurry of light. So, it's snowing outside. He prods me in the back with a rifle butt. Hang on a sec, there's something I want to ask you. Well, I wonder what that is gonna be. I look all around before uttering my next words. Where's Dina? There are only a few soldiers here, but there's no sign of her. I thought that if she's being sent just like I am, she'd be here with me. Where's Dina? What have you done with her? Feel a premonition welling up inside? A terrible
歩
one.
け。止まるな。
Wait, what about Nina? Where is
貴
she?
様、おとなしくし。
Then, just as I feel the muzzle of a gun against my back.
班長、侵入者を捕らえました。
侵入者こんなところに連れてくるな。 今は取り込み中だ。
それが刹那に合わせろと暴れるもので。
He was kicking up a fuss demanding we let him see Setsuna. What? Oh shit!
善良な老人にこの仕打ちは何だ。
He must be the world's most mad, angry person at me right now.
涅
Nervan.
槃小原、刹那の身内か。指名手配中の身でなぜのこのこやってきた。陳情なら受け付けんと交付したはずだぞ。こんな男に誰が陳情など。
Nervan glances up at me as I'm being restrained by the guards. His eyes are burning with hatred.
追放など生ぬるい。わしに殺させろ。
What?
孫娘の仇はわしが取る。
Nervan shakes himself free from the guard's restraint and approaches
捕らえ
me.
ろ。こいつも刹那の血族同罪だ。
Oh,
離せ。この男の命をわしが。
the tussle only lasts an instant. Without even putting up a fight against the armed guards, Nervan is lined up beside me with a gun to his back. What did you... Whoa. What did you mean by revenge, Nervan? Step by step, the two of us criminals make our way towards the gate.
何も知らんのか。
This is our death march. Don't tell me. This is my punishment. I wonder if there's redemption down the line.
わしは言ったはずだぞ。刹那、あいつを危険な目には合わせるなと。
I did swear on it. Not out loud, but in my heart.
許さんからな。決して。
The gate shuts behind us. In front of us, a world of death, the center of a raging snowstorm.
許されると思うなよ。決して。
Well, that just happened. This is very much different from the anime. Whoa. I'm getting confused for a sec. Like, this wasn't in the script. Here, Nervan, hold on to me.
誰がお前なんぞに。
Just say the word if it gets too much. The word. We're pretty much walking blind. Not only are our feet getting swallowed up in the storm, the gale in our faces is keeping us from advancing. I'm assuming they're gonna try to get to the workshop if he knows where that is compared to the entrance of the... Thankfully the cold isn't so bad. Too bad since we've been on the move the whole time, but it's clearly taken a toll on our stamina. We're going to run out of energy sooner or later, and then when that happens, I'm sure the cold will chill us to the bone and we'll freeze to death. Don't wander off. We'll meet our end if we lose sight of each other in this blizzard.
わしに指図をするな。身の程を知れ。
Nerva's been like this the whole time. That sharp tongue of his means he's still holding up okay. That's what I'd like to believe anyway. Besides, there's less chance of us losing track of each other if we carry on chatting like this. How's your leg injury? Does it still hurt?
どうしてお前がそれを。いや、怪我などしておらん。
What, is he a tsundere now? You really thought you could hide from us?
あの程度の怪我、怪我のうちに入らんと言っておるんだ。
Ina was worried about you.
それを言うか、お前が。
Sorry.
やめろ、虫唾が走る。ペースを落とすな。まったく軟弱な男だな、お前は。
Oh, sorry.
やめろと言っておる。いいから先導しろ。自分の役目を全う
This
し
man...
ろ。
Yes,
だ
sir.
がどこへ向かっている。こんな場所じゃどこへ行っても同じだろう。
There's a cave. It's probably just around this mountain, somewhere near the bottom of the ridge. I don't have any proof, and I'm not confident that I'll find it out here in this blizzard either. But if I don't keep moving, my body will start to freeze over. There's lighting and blankets in the cave, and a tiny bit of food too. And further in is a door that leads to the
な
island.
るほどな。そこか。お前たちが毎晩出かけていたのは。ビールはあるんだろうな。
What? No, Dean and I don't drink that
な
stuff.
らクソの足しにもならんな。
Well, we can go back to the
今
island.
さらあんなところに戻ってどうする。わしもお前も追放された身だ。
Want your revenge, don't you? Then the both of us will have to come out of this alive. In order for Nervin to exact revenge against me and avenge Dina.
そうだったな。
Let's toast him when we get back. We'll grab a beer from back home too.
行くだけ無駄だ。どうせ何も残っとら。
What
お前
happened?
らが消えた日の
Well-
翌日だ。衛兵が家に押しかけてきた。何やらわけのわからんことを叫びながらな。
You got out in one piece
一
though.
人男気のある衛兵がいてな。隙を見て逃がしてくれたんだ。ああいう男を向こうに呼びたかった。お前のようなクソったれじゃなくてな。
I didn't come to the house to be your grandson-in-law.
そうだな。向こうは家族を奪ってはいかん。だがお前は違う。
You're not wrong there. Suppressing my emotions, I mutter in agreement. I thought it would be the reply Nervin would be more likely to approve of, instead of silence or an apology.
3日前だ。3日前。教会前の広場で晒し者になっておったリンネの亡骸がな。わしを逆上させ炙り出すつもりだったのだろうな。
What the
考
fuck?
えが甘い。
What the fuck?
憎むべきは力に溺れた教会でも反旗を翻した民衆でもない。
Yeah, they're just doing their job given the state of affairs. The source of evil would be the one who created the situation in the first
お
place.
前だ、刹那。わしから家族を奪ったのはな。
This world is balanced on a knife edge. Throw something into the mix you're not supposed to and it would inevitably result in total destruction.
立ち止まるな。振り返るな。そんな無駄なことはするな。前だけを向いて歩き続けろ。早くわしにあいつの仇を撃たせろ。
Nervin's harsh but encouraging words. Nervin's harsh but encouraging words resound in my head.
死ぬまで生き尽くせ。クソったれが。
The end is still nowhere in sight, but reaching it is the only goal I have to focus on right now. Damn it, aren't we there yet? I brush off the snow that's clinging to my bangs. The diameter of the island is several kilometers at most, but I feel like we've walked at least 10 or 20. Maybe we've not actually made much progress at all, or maybe we've been walking in completely the wrong direction. Maybe we passed it long ago.
男が泣き言を言うな。これだから近頃の若いもんは。
There are markers from behind.
一度決めたことは最後までやり通せ。
He's still going,
で
man.
なければ一生負け犬のままだぞ。
Jeez, he's giving me a lecture now of all
お
times.
前、これまで何かをやり遂げたことはあるのか。
No. Not in my duty to protect Sara, nor in my role as Karin's go-between. I failed at both tasks, even my promise to Dina to save the world. I weaseled my way out of that too.
流されるままに生きてきたからだ。せいぜい反省して、来世では真人間に生まれ変わるといい。
Maningen. I'm gonna look up that word. Ma could be Maningen. Oh, Ma's in straight, true reality. Yeah, okay. An honest man, a good citizen. Maningen. Okay. Seriously, Nervin, don't bring up karma at a time like this. Nervin, what? I spin around. Really? All I see before me is the buffeting, but snow, not a single soul. Hey, Nervin, where are you?
うるさい。ここにおるわ。
Nervin's silhouette emerges from behind the snowy veil. He's dragging one foot behind him as he walks. Here, I'll lend you my shoulder. Grab on.
お前の恩は買わん。
Is it now really the time to be bullheaded? Without saying a word, Nervin rests his hand on my shoulder. Right, let's go. I feel like my body's doubled in weight.
こんなことで真人間に生まれ変われると思ったら大間違いだぞ。
I don't think that all... The melted snow that seeped into my boots has robbed my toes of all sensation. My knees are creaking and the sweat on my back has turned to ice. But we're still trudging on, because we know that if we were to stand still for even a moment, we'd freeze over in seconds flat. The only thing Nervin would talk about from time to time were the sunsets he saw on the island, or the rats that he used to keep as pets. But he's talking less and less now. Maybe he's run out of stories. Gives me a bad feeling. I remember this well. It's the harbinger of doom.
刹那
What's up?
刹那もこんな場所で死んだのか
Oh, he means the real Setsuna. No, he died somewhere much nicer than this. I'm sure. Setsuna's final moments were in the arms of his beloved after all. So you're not going to die here either. It'll be somewhere much warmer.
暖かい場所かわしの夢はな家族に囲まれて死ぬことだったなら
So what? So it's all the same to you?
ならここが世界で一番暖かい場所だ
Hmm? A second later, the strength from his arm drains
悪
away.
かったな刹那
His hand slips off my
お
shoulder.
前のことを家族だと認めるのがこんなに遅く
Really? Not crossing over yet, old fart. Really? Is this actually happening? I prop up Nervin, who's on the verge of collapse. Remember what you said, Ina's the only family you've got. Don't go back on that now. Don't come running to me just because your dreams didn't come true.
刹那
I'm not Setsuna. Just some brainless dumbass vagabond who's single-heartedly putting you through hell. That's who I really am. That's the reality I can't escape. Dressing it up in lies won't make anyone happy. After all, no matter how hard they try, there's no way a sham could become the genuine article. That's why I can't die here. I swear I'll take you back home. He might not have any family in there anymore, but I'm sure that's where the memories of the time he spent with them are. I'm sure Dina's warmth still lingers there, in which case the house would be a much warmer place than this tundra. That's where your final resting place will be, old man. Where should mine be then? The thought passes through my mind for a fleeting moment. I thought about wanting to die or accomplishing death, or accepting death countless times, but the funny thing is I've never thought about where I'd die, not even once. To leave this world surrounded by family. I've never realized this about myself, to tell the truth, but I just have those same aspirations. I just might have the same aspirations too. Or will I gain them if I ever have a family? I wonder what kind of person would call me family in the true sense of the word. I wonder what expression they'd have, what kind of smile they'd wear. How would they address me? Oh, that's right, I don't know anything at all. I still don't have a clue about the person I'm supposed to meet someday. To this day, a bunch of people have come and gone throughout my never-ending journey, and yet none of them has called me by my name. Ah, my foot gets caught, which sends me flying into the snow. It's not over yet. As if I'm just gonna roll over and die. Is that more foreshadowing? I haven't done anything with my life yet. I've not seen anything through the entire time I've been alive. I haven't found out what I need to accomplish.
刹那
Don't you worry, I won't give up. Not here, not now.
でいいわしのことはここに置いていけ
I told you I'm not giving up.
聞け刹那
His placid voice cuts through.
老人が若者の足かせになってはいかん若者の未来を奪ってはいかん
Our future.
たとえ1分でも1秒でもだそれを生きる義務がお前にはある義務を果たせせめて何か一つでも命がけでやり遂げろ
What about you? Weren't you going to take revenge? I thought it was something you had to do.
老人にできることは自らの経験を語って聞かせることだけだやり残した仕事を若者に引き継ぐためにな
He means me?
もう行け残された時間を無駄にするな
What does he want me to
立ち
do?
止まるな振り返るな前だけを向いて歩き続けろ
Nervin's harsh but encouraging words echo forever into the distance. I hear them still lingering in the air behind me. But even those will disappear one day. They'll vanish far beyond the drifting snow, leaving me all alone. I don't stop, because even if I do, time won't wait for me. I don't look back, because even if I did, my footsteps will have disappeared. I simply concentrate on putting one foot in front of the other, even if my feet don't move as I will them to. Even if my eyelids frost over and obstruct the view ahead, I just keep walking the non-existent path before me. I can't collapse, because if I do that, I'll vanish into the ether, without having left any trace of my existence in this world. I would hate that. I don't want to die. I want to live, at least until...
刹那
I thought I heard a voice. I raised my head and prise open my eyes? Is that actually an English thing? Is that a thing? If you prise something open, you force it to open. That's a thing. Milica word. Wow. Oh shit. Seems I'm on a long, gentle slope in the snow, and at the top of it is a small cave, its mouth gaping wide. I bet Setsuna was relieved when he was greeted with this view. My knees give in and I collapse face first into the ground. I reach out my hand. I can still keep going. Clutching at the snow, I pull myself along. I might be reduced to a crawl, but I'm still moving forward. I kick at the snow to push myself further. I don't care if I look pathetic, I'm still making progress. Onwards I crawl, digging my hands and feet through the snow, struggling till the very last second. But unfortunately my time is finally up. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's over, huh? Just as my consciousness is fading away, it appears. An illusion, which should have sunk into the depths of my consciousness in a tangled mess of other apparitions. In a word, a dream. It's a cliched story, nothing to write home about. Boy meets girl, boy loses girl sort of tale. It begins with a chance encounter. What? But she calls it fate. In my dream, I believe the same. We spend many joyful days together. What is this supposed to mean? So joyful, in fact, that it makes me fearful of losing it one day. And true enough, that day finally comes. It turns out the girl's heart belongs to another man. A man who died long ago, who she's held aflame for the entire lifetime. The conclusion? Why, it's a bad ending, of course. There wasn't a single door to her frozen heart through which I could enter, and yet I tried to force my way in, shattering it to pieces. Why hadn't I acknowledged his presence? It goes without saying that any loss is tragic. All the more so if it's someone dear to you. That sadness isn't something that time can ever heal. The pain only grows stronger every time you dig up the past. That much is obvious. Why couldn't I have spoken to her about the future? Just a bit of reassurance would have done. You'll fall in love again someday. I bet it's what she was truly wishing for too. I'm sure the both of us could have waited, believing that the time would come. But why? Why couldn't I believe in her? Now what? What?
ここがこっちにつながって。
Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? That's just like, huh?
それからこっちに来てるから。あれ？おかしいな。ショートしちゃってる。
Short. What's this? Another dream?
でも設計図通りだし、いいんだよね、きっと。
Pushing my leaden body off the ground and scanning my surroundings, a tiny hunched back comes into view. Don't tell me she like faked her death in some way. Are you kidding me? That's so stupid. And the figure swaying the tune belongs to Inna? Well, yeah, I'm practically starving here. But how am I alive? Didn't I die? And isn't she supposed to be dead too? I'll get it. So this is heaven, huh? Looks pretty familiar, actually. Even the surface of this rock just feels just like... Wait, there's no way I could have ended up in heaven. Or is this hell?
けのわかんないこと言ってるの？せつな。
Yes, Remarine, this is indeed bro times 5. So you wound up in hell too, Dina. Well, with your awful habits, it was bound to happen, really. I'd give up hope if I were you.
私悪い子じゃないもん。いい子だもん。
That's exactly what a bad kid would
それ
say.
は言うもん。わよ。誰だって言うわよ。
Yeah, yeah, whatever.
意地悪。
Dina puffs out her cheeks, upon which I seize the chance to squeeze them. Sorry. What the... Alright, I'm just gonna screenshot this one real quick. What is Mew? But also what? Huh? Are they gonna give this a decent explanation that actually seems somewhat reasonable? Like nothing, like they bounce right back as soon as I let go. Well, it's finally hit me now. This is reality. How am I here, Rina?
外に倒れてたの。もう見つけた時はびっくりしたんだからね。
Mew emote when.
それから何度か目を覚ましたんだけど、意識がはっきりしないみたいで。でも、もう大丈夫みたいだね。
How are you here? How are we alive? How have you had food? Rina glances at me and gives me a smile. There's a tear glistening on the corner of her eye.
ねえ、どうしてあんなところにいたの？
Well, a bunch of stuff happened, see?
私には言えないこと？
For a moment, I ponder how I could possibly explain it to her before deciding against it. It's a secret. Not confident that I'll be able to break the news in the right way, but it's Rina we're talking about here, so
いひひ。
it's laughing so innocently.
あの時と同じだね。
What? Back when?
初めてセツナと会った時のこと。どこかから私を呼ぶ声が聞こえて、声のする方に歩いていったら、
She found me collapsed in the snow, huh? And then she thought,
私はこの人と出会うために生まれてきたんだって。だからこんなところで死ぬわけないって。やっぱりあなたって不思議な人。またこうして会えるなんて。
Shiginakito. You're the extraordinary one, Nina. Because you're right here in the flesh, not some dream or apparition. You're here smiling at me? That reminds me, why are you here? I was told you were dead.
私が覚えてるのはリフトの前で衛兵に襲われたところまで。気がついたら公園に倒れてたの。周りには誰もいなくなってた。セツナもそれから
I
彼も
knew it! I fucking knew it. Oh my god. It was the fucking collar. She'd given the guards had taken Karin with them thinking it was Dina and left the collarless there. Didn't matter anyway. It was a collarless. Fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Nina brings her head into the base of her neck where a collar used to be. That's what happened. Fuck. You serious, dude? The old dude died for nothing? Well, I don't think for nothing. He was gonna get convicted anyway because he was Nina's family regardless. He was gonna be, I don't know. He was on the run in the first place. He was, cause it was like he managed to escape from his house. So as far as Nerva knew, her daughter was dead anyway. I don't know, man. The guards most likely dropped by Nerva's place to confirm the identity of the corpse, though Nerva himself managed to escape. All those coincidences culminated in Dina's salvation. Now, a phenomenon like this is usually called something else. A miracle. Or...
ご飯だったよね。
No sooner does Dina exclaim with excitement, she's humming to herself and digging around in her burlap sack. Well, whatever.
セツナね。
Well,
寝てる間中ずっと上ごと言い続けてたんだよ。リンネって。
No, so that's why she's in such a good mood. She's just dreaming.
夢に出てくるのって特別な人だよね。
Yeah, she's special to me, alright. It's clear to me now that her name is indeed special. Hey, Dina, you totally got the wrong end of the stick.
勘違いから始まる恋だってあるよね。
With that witty response, she clears the air of bad vibes. Really? Really? Maybe this is just another one of those coincidences stacked together. That's the hand she's dealt me. Well, that's how love is, I guess. Yeah, this might indeed be fate after all. The two of us share a tiny bread roll and spend the rest of the day in bed. I didn't know I could feel so grateful for this thin, smelly
あのね
blanket.
私大発見。
The warmth of her body beside me for that matter. Or the warmth of her body beside me for that matter. Oh, let's hear it then. If it's Nobel Prize worthy
私
stuff.
と刹那、足の小指の骨の数が違うの。
What the hell? When did you find out about that?
刹那がうなされてる時に。
Nightmare. Thought you were taking care of me.
ごめん。
Come to think of it, she did try and seize up my you know what with a size up my you know what with a measuring tape when we first met. What? I don't remember that. So, who has how many toe
ね
bones?
えねえ、やっぱり気になるよね。
Just a little bit.
私が2本で、刹那が3本なの。
What?
刹那ってもしかして人間じゃないの？
Heard that's pretty normal. Most people have 2 bones, but about 1 in 5 people have 3. I've never known about
じゃあ
that.
刹那って珍しいんだ。
1 in 5 isn't,
で
I
も
suppose.
どうして違うのかな？
But why are some people different? If I recall, humans used to have 3, but then the bones merged to become 2 as we
じゃあ
evolved.
刹那はまだ進化してないんだね。
What the hell? I
頑張らない
suppose.
とね。
Actually, there's a genetic factor to it. It's not something I can
いいね
change.。
私知ってるよ。本で読んだことあるもん。あのね、人の体には遺伝子ってのがあってね。
In their bodies, exactly. Lena lights up, eyes a sparkle, and launches into a lecture on genes. I'm sure if it weren't for the times we're in, she'd be able to sate her immense curiosity and absorb tons more knowledge than she's currently able to. She might have even become an academic or a politician. Politician? Actually, if she lived during peacetime, she could just devote her life to her hobbies. She'd find a house in the country, surround herself with books, and read them day after day. It'd be paradise. And if she had a family...
あれ？じゃあ骨が2本の人と3本の
What?
人の間に生まれた子供はどっちになるんだろ
rename back to Broomer.
う？どうしたの？刹那。
Sorry, just give me a moment to cleanse my dirty, dirty mind. What the...
もしかして刹那も同じこと考えてた？
No, no, no. Oh,
右
in
足
hell.
が2本で
Oh,
左足が3本なんじゃないかって。
some academic you'll
なんだ
make.
かよくわからないけど、バカにされてる気がする。
You know what they say, there's a thin line between genius and insanity.
うん私の方が進化してるのに。
Right, enough chit chat, let's go to sleep.
無駄じゃないもん。大発見だもん。
Yeah, yeah. The spider protests, a couple of pats on the head soon quiets Dina down, and breathing falls into a steady rhythm. She must be worn out from all that excitement. Thanks, Dina. Gently stroke her hair. She's kept this place safe all on her own. Dina being Dina, I'm sure she didn't have a single shred of doubt. She was convinced I would return.
あ、これで刹那が骨だけになっても見つけてあげられるよ。
Really, bro? Wait, wasn't she asleep? Did she have the applications of toe bones in her mind the whole time? Jeez, what am I going to do with you? Rub, 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 what?
頭ぐすぐったいよ。
Serves you right for not going to sleep like a good kid. Does she sleep with the cap on, or is it... Hey Dina, the world's gotten into a gigantic mess because of me, and yet you still smile at me and accept me for who I am, and you've even given me such a comfortable place where I could belong too. In which case
ね
I'll...
え、刹那は私が骨だけになっても見つけてくれる？
That's a tall
そっ
order.
か。そうだよね。
I'll give it a shot though. I'll do as much as I can. Here where it happened to end... here where I happened to end up by chance, with the life I just so happened to cling on to, with every minute, every second left in me, and this time I'll grant you a wish.
それじゃあいただきます。
This game, man. Oh, I have to sneeze, I think. How do I sneeze? I have to look at a light, right? Doesn't really work for me. No, it's going away. That's the worst. The worst thing is when the sneeze goes away. It's probably gonna come back. Right, or that's not me. Okay. Bon appetit? What? 2 of us grab a piece of bread each.
おいしいね、せつな。
Still waiting for the thunder. What? It's really nice, thanks.
早っ。
Okay. I did say I was starving.
おかわりいる？
Dean hands me her half-eaten chunk of bread. She's trying to give me an indirect No, that's not it. It means our food situation is tight. It's okay, you won't grow if you don't eat properly.
別にこのままでいいもん、私。
Oh, even really at this time, fucking Setsuna, fucking Jesus Christ, so predictable. Really, dude, this game. Fucking, I'm going out for a bit to look for some food.
もうほむむむむ。
I'm sorry. Don't worry. You take your time eating. I advanced deep into the cave. I wonder what happened to the island after our exile. Maybe it's bogged down in conflict, or maybe people trying to establish a new system of government. Either way, they know Nina to be dead, so I should avoid taking her with me for a while. It'd be great if I do find something. Hey Nina, the control panel for the door is not responding for some reason.
あ、うん。何日か前からずっとそうなの。電気が来てないみたい。停電中なのかも。
Really? The whole thing? Oh my god. The whole island's just gonna be dead of... It's just gonna be full of dead people because there's no electricity anymore. What the fuck? The bigger problem at hand, though. So in other words, the door won't open.
さ、宮殿はアイランド側だから、外からじゃ直せないの。
Wait, so that means...
大丈夫。きっと誰かが気づいて直してくれる
Yo...
よ。
Fuck. Yeah, good... Yeah, sure. I'm sure it'll work. Will it really be okay? Yeah, man. If it's something like what happened last time with the power plant, there's a chance it'll be up and running again. But if the issue is with the power lines in the tunnel, then I can't imagine that someone would come to an abandoned area like this to fix it. Though, well, it's no use worrying. We'd have to do the things we have to do for the time being. Sure, I'll be okay as long as I believe in her. Spoiler, no. I mean, I can already tell you, no. This game... Right, now get back to work.
仕事？
How is this gonna... Are you sure? Just believe that it works. Yes. Just believe in her and it'll work, yeah. They've just destroyed the power plant, they're all dead inside. That's what I'm thinking. If the power's out like all through the island, that means they don't have like a climate system and everyone's fucked. Nina blinks at me confused. Building the Highlander, of course. Still haven't given up on it, right? Weren't you still tinkering around with it yesterday? This is the only place we have left, and we'll save the world from here.
あ、
So naturally, we have only one job, to save the world with Islander. I'm undoubtedly aware of the fact that the crime of destroying the island lies with me. At the same time, I feel restless, compelled to accomplish something while I'm alive. Most of all, what I want to do now.
最終話、帰ってきた切ないイエローだね。
To repay you, Lina. You know, I regret it all. The attitude I've given you, the horrible things I've said, only talking about the past, afraid to move on. The person I've been up until yesterday.
切な、ペンチ取って。
How did you just call that? Penchi? Wasego from English pinchers. What the fuck? Penchi. What the fuck? That's a word I've never heard, and oh my god, that's actually what happened. How does Japanese wasego is the worst thing ever. Japanese made English words are the worst thing ever. Oh my god.
あ、ラジオペンチの方ね。
What are radio pliers? Sure, they're for radio wire. The heck do I know? Jesus. whatever. Okie dokie.
刹那ここ押さえてて。
Okay.
もうちょっと右。
Okie
刹
dokie.
那抱きしめて。
Okay
もっと
dokie.
強く。
Okay, wait, what are you making me do all of a sudden?
バレちゃった。
Some paragon of virtue you are. It's not a compliment,
ねえ、そろそろ好きになってきた？
bruh. Not quite yet.
そっか。まだまだ頑張るよ、私。
Anyway, I'm helping you out here. Focus.
これも手伝いの一環だよ。
How so?
抱きしめられると元気が出るよ。
Oh,
元気が出るよ。
I know. You don't have to say it
あり
twice.
がとう。あとは一人でできるから、ちょっと休んでていいよ。
What? What? Lewd pink? What?
何か言った？
Nope, nothing. What? Huh? What? Huh? What? 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 What was that? Yeah? What? She's still toiling away, her back in my peripheral vision. This is like, this is turning into just an end of the world scenario here. I mean, the whole island has essentially just been that. Gazing at her gives me a peculiar feeling. It's like, I wonder if like, Girls' Last Tour has such a vibe as well. This, I don't know, and it almost feels like here in this place, time is flowing by slower. So what's the situation now?
ね、一応設計図通りには組み上げてみたつもりなんだけど。
So it's already finished.
一応はね。
Finished.
あ、電圧ちょっと上げてみてくれる？
Finished. It's this handle, right?
右に10度くらい。
Turning the handle, I notice the dial and the indicator in Nina's hand quiver slightly.
よし、バッチリ。今はね、変電回路を組み込んでるところなの。小さな電池でも動くように。
That's right, the batteries. She said from the beginning that batteries are hard to come by, if I recall. The build looks kind of complicated though. Is it okay modifying the plans like that?
だんだん仕組み分かってきたから。
I see, so she wasn't just staring at the blueprints every day just for show.
できた。これで他の電池でも動くはず。
No, we should still have some AA batteries in stock. How many do we need?
計算だと
Yo,
5000万本くらいかな。
we're screwed.
SAM505 型だと1個でいいんだけどね。ちなみに SAM101 型なら16個だよ。
SAM 101s. Are the cube-shaped ones? Cube. We only have 3 of those, so that's going to be tricky. I know, I'll go look for some. Can't sit around doing nothing when she's giving it her all.
あ、待って待って。一緒に行こ
No. Just like old times. Even if the world falls to ruin, this is the one place it's never going to change. Still no different from back then, back when we were regaling each other with stories of our crazy dreams. Actually, some things have changed.
う。デートだね、せつな。
She's really come out of her shell. And as for me... Alright, I'm treating you to some shaved ice. A Titanic-sized serving at that. All you can eat. This is more like references to like the other island Titanic-sized serving of shaved ice, which we never got to eat with original Dina. Might have become a bit more outgoing myself. Oh, isn't it lovely outside, like summer's come early. Perfect weather for a date, right, Dina? I turn around, but Dina's not there. Oh, has electricity gone off entirely? She's at the entrance of the cave, in the shade just a step away from the light. Or is this just supposed to... I don't know. Dina shrinks away because of the blight syndrome. She saw how it deformed Karin, and now the fears infected her, the fear of stepping out into the sunlight. That all this is. She's an inhabitant of the island too. Dina's been outside occasionally, but always at night. She's never actually been in the sun before. What happened to Setsuna? How did her brother die? Go back inside, Dina. I can look for batteries on my own.
かき氷食べたい。
Has she been out here in the daylight before? No, in the past I think we've only gone out at night, but I'm not sure how it's been since... I can always bring you some snow.
一緒がいい。
Alright then. Or at night then. We'll go out when at nighttime? That's how I've always done it till now. That's how we should keep doing it.
ねえ、せつな。
Just realize that going out at night also is something similar to the original island. It looks forlornly... Jesus, how much of the Saurus have they been using? Jesus Christ. Like, seriously. Forlorn? Pitifully sad and abandoned or lonely. What the hell?
せつなは平気なの？
No need to worry. See, I'm
ど
fine.
うして私とは違うの？
Why are you different? That's because
どうして私たちは一緒にいられないの？
how do you know that you've got the disease? Well, to be fair, the people on the island probably all shared the disease at this point. You see, I live in a different world, a different time to you.
そんなの。いや、私だってせつなとデートしたいもん。
Thinking about it, we got here after we went to the, was it cryogenic sleep thing? And given, if this is connected and I had woken up, say this is the end of humanity, then the device that I came out of must still be somewhere in the first place. In this world, like, where is it then? Because I just woke up in the middle of the snow or something.
ずっと一緒にいたいもん。
My heart stings as if an old wound has opened up. Living in a different world, a different time, has nothing to do with this. She's there in front of me, right here, right now, but then why are we...
見てて、せつな。
No, you idiot, don't come.
大丈夫。
Dina takes a step forwards, her arms outstretched, straight ahead towards me, her uncovered skin bathed in the sunlight.
ね、大丈夫。
She beams at me. I catch my first glimpse of Dina's skin under the sun. It's as beautiful as the snow.
取って。
How long does it take for the syndrome or illness to take effect? Doing as I'm told, I take her hand and lead her out into the
これ
light.
でせつなと一緒に行けるよ。どこまでもね。
Right at this moment, we both share the same world at the same time, with nothing in our way, nothing to tear us apart. All that's here are the rays of sunshine and a blanket of snow underfoot. And, you know, the big pressure of the world ending, no food, no electricity, about to
行っ
die.
てみようよ。誰も行ったことがないくらい遠くまで。
What was that sound? That scared me. You idiot! Why did you do something that reckless? What do you do if you do have Sublight Syndrome?
死ぬ気？
Well, yeah. Jeez, Dina.
もうそんなに怒らなくてもいいじゃない。違ったんだから。
We're just fortunate, nothing but dumb luck.
でも私はそんな気がしてたよ。
Because she didn't think she'd die out there, huh? Didn't have to force yourself to tag along with me. Jeez, why are you so...
誰かとずっと一緒にいるとね、だんだんその人のことを好きになっていくんだよ。
No way.
いつかきっとね。
That's why she did
ねえ、
it?
好きになってきた？
Yeah, I have. So, I'm so in love right now. Let's get married and go on a honeymoon on some exotic island. Well, I'm just saying this so she won't do something stupid again. Though she sees through my lies anyway, so... Are we any closer to the end? I don't know, man. This is, like, not really like the anime as far as I know, so... Hell do I know? I've been playing this game for like 40 hours or so. God... How much is it now? 50 hours! Dude, this game, man...
あ ありがとう、せつな。
What?
絶対だよ。約束だよ。
What happened? Did we just get engaged right now?
結婚をするときはね、男の人が女の人の札を、女の人が男の人の札を持って二人で教会に行く
Well,
の。
good luck. I don't want to know about any of these ridiculous customs.
でね、神様の前で愛を誓ったら札の名字を書き換えてもらえるの。教会を出てきた二人はね、みんなからライスシャワーを浴びるの。
Daisushava. No, that's not a real word, right? I can't find it, but I'm sure. Yeah, it is a word, isn't it? Oh, my Japanese keyboard autocomplete autofilled it. It has a Wikipedia article called Daisushava. Why? Why is it that? No, actually, it's actually referencing a racing horse with that name, but I'm sure. Whatever. I don't really care anymore. That part's actually quite normal.
あえて食べ物を無駄にすることで、若い二人に結婚の重みを思い知らせるんだよ。
That's different from what I know about weddings, alright. But didn't you give your collar away already?
忘れてた。
Even if you did have a collar, though, the church that would otherwise recarve it doesn't. That reminds me, don't we have the same family name to begin with?
じゃあ解決だね。
Huh? That's a great one for Jack. Huh. Hang on a sec. That doesn't solve anything.
じゃあセツナのとこだとどうやって結婚するの？
They just write their names on a piece of paper, I guess. I don't know any more than that, though.
簡単。
It is, now that you mention it, scarily
じゃ
so.
あそれで。
Like hell we will. Anyway, are you sure your skin's alright?
うん。平気。
You sure? Let me take a look under your clothes.
気が早すぎるよ、セツナ。結婚もまだなのに。
What the hell? What the hell? What the fuck? This game. I swear. That's not the point. Fucking. That said, there are things we still have to do, so she lets me strip her down and check every inch of her for the time being. Good thing we don't get to see that. Nina's body's what the fuck? Hello? Where are we going here? Hello? Nina's body is breathtakingly exquisite. God damn it. I feel like I had to write that. Oh my god. Right, you can put them back on now. I didn't find any signs of sublights in them
もう
anywhere.
嫁に行けない。
What? Oh, so the wedding's off? That's too bad.
今のなし。いけるよ。
残念。
私まだまだいけるよ。
In any case, place my hand on Nina's head. Serious, don't be so reckless again. What would I do without you?
あ、ごめん。遅い。
It's okay. I'm just glad you're fine. Besides, I got something amazing out of it. Fucking MC, please. Not talking about. Okay. We found the SAM battery you've been searching for all this time. Really? The SAM 505? Is it a real battery though? I wonder what it's referencing. SAM 505? I don't know. You're up early, Dina.
おはよう、せつな。
Dina's grinning at me with a screwdriver in her hand. All of my joints are aching since I'm not used to sleeping on the ground's rocky surface. Dina's totally at home here. Sorry, did I oversleep again? What time is it?
何時だろ
We both spot the alarm clock, which stopped long ago, and chuckle at one another. A life free from the shackles of time. We sleep when we're tired and get up when awake from our slumber. That's how we mark one day from the next. So about the battery you found yesterday, how is it? Any good? I indicate to the fuel pack hooked up to the main frame. It's exactly like the one illustrated on the blueprint.
外れ。ほとんど電気残ってなかったみたい。
Sure, we'll find some decent ones today. I suddenly discovered a newfound capacity for optimism. It's weird considering everything I've been through up to this point. So, want to head out soon?
あ、その前に何か食べてく？
I think we ate the last of it for dinner yesterday. Was there anything left I could have?
私
What?
とか？
That's not the kind of joke you should make in the morning.
じゃあ夜ならいいの？
There's an insect on my wall. Help. Okay, get off. Or just slap it dead. I don't know if I got that. What the hell? Unless it's just a joke. What the fuck? Things aren't looking good for tonight. Incidentally, I was able to distract her last night with a story about how people have different numbers of ribs. Most people have 12 pairs, but apparently about 1 in 10 people have 13. When she actually counted herself eating a shock, she found she had 13 pairs of ribs. Made her feel a little sad having 12 pairs of ribs like most people.
そうだ。今日は刹那だけで行ってきてくれる？電池充電する方法がな
How,
いか
where,
調べた
why,
いの。
how, what? From what? Don't mind personally, are you okay with that? I never expected her to say that, given she's been stuck to me 24/7.
もういいの。
The offhand way she says that actually makes me feel uneasy, but Dean is one step ahead.
だって私、フィアンセだし。
What?
刹那の帰ってくる場所はここだもんね。
I suppose. Well, it's good that yesterday's conversations had an effect on her, at least. Hopefully she won't be so reckless from now on. Not to mention, I venture out into the snow alone with the rucksack on my back. Feel bad for Nina, but I do feel more at ease being on my own just for today. Let's see, I think it was this way. Don't get lost.
それじゃあ、いただきます。
Okay.
うん。
What kind of food did we just find? How is there even food? Hunger is the best spice, don't you know?
ねえ、今日の収穫は？
Great. I got us 2 more 101 batteries.
これで5個。あと11個だね。
How about you? Were you able to get the charger set up?
多分磁性電子を足せばいいと思うんだけど、まず流体多結晶合金で媒体を作るところから。
Excuse me? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. You're saying it's complicated, right?
大丈夫。時間はまだあるから。刹那のおかげでね。
And what does Nina narrows her bloodshot eyes and smiles. She's really pushing herself, it seems. Okay, we're taking a break from the eyeliner tonight. Let's enjoy the nightlife instead.
夜遊び？
Yoasobi? Ha! Yes.
Scary!
Wow. Okay. Instant dead. Snowball hits me on the head and crumbles. God, it's cold.
Scary, scary, scary!
Gosh, she's getting way into the... Behold, my destroyer is finally complete.
ダメだよ、そんな大きいの。反則だよ。
Motion dismissed, commencing attack.
わあ
Boosh. Watermelon-sized sphere explodes on Nina's dome. Dead.
ゆー
What the hell? These sound effects, man. Ha! Putting all my eggs in one basket really paid off. How's that for an ultimate attack? Oh no. Hey Nina. Hey Nina, are you alive? Yikes, it scared me.
不思議。冷たいのに楽しい。
Shouldn't you be saving all your body's energy and stuff like that,
今の
given
もう一
the...
回して。
Destroyer number 2 coming right up. There's more snow than we'd ever need. We'd be missing out if we don't have our fun with it. It's done, and this time it's a super dreadnought. You ready?
来て。
A 1, 2. My back.
大丈夫？
Uh-oh. Fooled you.
ちょ。おきゅー。
Here it is again. with one of us having taken a direct hit from a snowball and the other crippled by his aching back. The two of us simultaneously collapsed to the ground.
ひどいよ刹那。
Was that earlier? Snowball fights are life or death. They're serious
じゃあ
business.
これからは本気。私も手加減しないよ。
Perfect. Just let me sit down for a sec. My back's
そ
killing
の
me.
間に雪玉作っててもいい？
Nah, go ahead. It's a battle of life and death after all. I sit right beside Dina as she gets straight to work. Just as sloppy as ever. Her snowballs are all different sizes and they're even misshapen too.
刹那。
What's
こん
up?
なに幸せでいいのかな。私。
Her remark takes me by surprise so much that I can't come up with a thoughtful answer. So I just speak my mind. You're not even that happy.
じゃあいいんだよね。これで。
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. And playing in the snow is a special privilege only the two of us have. We're the only ones left in this wide, wide world. That fact really goes realms beyond the question of whether we're happy or not. Right, I'm back in the ring. We keep the game going in the aftermath of the world's destruction, pushing the limits of our strength and stamina, giving it all we've got. So for now, I'll end the stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream or whatever.